have to put a full stop. How much as a father that I can show my love to my children. The same way the mother also. This takes place in a, let us say, the percentage will be very, very minimal. Okay. Normal people, how they enjoy their life when they are young, as they grow as responsible parents and so on, the conjugal life will go on very well and the family life also will go very well. And in bringing up the children, they are very, very careful. Okay. These two instances are an extraordinary instances. Okay. Not everybody will have the problem. But if the children are not treated properly when they are young, when they lack love from the mother, then they look for something else. When the children lack love from the father, they look for somebody else. So, in the schools and colleges, when boys get attracted towards the teachers or girls get attracted towards the men teachers, it is quite natural that they are going through either electoral complex or Oedipus complex. Okay, this is the sexual behavior we have in our society. So, the percentage is very, very minimal. The percentage is very, very minimal. As normal people, people will not be contracting this kind of relationships. Okay. Now, with regard to sexual behavior in the society, age is not a problem. When people don't have proper values, anything and everything can happen. Everything can happen, and they are all good people, whereas when there is 2%, 3% of these tendencies fall into that. So these two are one type of behavior. Okay. Now, there are also other types of behavior in the society. That is heterosexual and homosexual. Okay? Men get married and they live their life, they enjoy sex, but at the same time, at certain age in their life, when they reach 40, 45, when the women having problems with regard to their menstrual cycles and so on, the women have to be away from them. Okay. Sometimes it becomes, in modern times, it becomes a serious sickness because the women's system of anatomy is very, very difficult. So, what happens? There are lean people, there are fat people among women. They develop certain sickness in their uterus that is called fibroid uterus and fungus uterus. So, when they have this problem, then they cannot relate to their husbands properly because they are physically sick. Okay. When we have fungus uterus, it can be cleaned with DNC and people can become clear, and there are so many types of medicines and injections and you can use it, whereas I treat people with herbal medicine, people get fungus uterus, it is rather easier to get. But if women folks are having fibroid uterus, it is very, very dangerous. If it is in the beginning, they call it a small water cysts. That is easy to heal if people find out in the beginning itself. Then, if it is not found out, then they will have problems and it will become bigger. Then we have to take away the uterus, we have to take away the ovaries and so on, but people can lead a normal life. The only thing when people go through this particular operation, automatically women folk after 40 they try to put on weight. It is because of estrogen, estrogen, extra thing growing in the body, so they will become fat. So, one of the marriages I was preaching, While getting married, the girl was so lean, and after a few years, I asked her, "Are you the auntie of this man?" "No, father, I am his wife." So people become fatty because it is not that anything to do with their thing. It is natural that once they get operated and so on, this becomes that. Now in modern times, you have gym, you have exercise, this, that, and people go for walk and diet control, everything. Still you can keep your body healthy. Don't worry about whether you become fat or lean, but you have to be very, very healthy. There are people always lean, women folk. For them the problem is the menses time, they lose lot of blood and they become very, very fatigued. Okay. For them also there are medicines available, and if you take until their system gets normalized, then they will have proper weight and so on. Some people will be underweight. When you say food, they will fly. Okay. So weak they will be. So these are the complications women folk go through. Because of that, men will be seeking pleasure outside. So this is a common problem that we are facing in the society. Why I am narrating all these things? For you to understand the behavior of the children, the behavior of men. Okay? And during the menstrual cycle problems, women will be imbalanced. Their hormones will be dominating and they will be imbalanced. These things you must know as teachers. This type of knowledge you should have. There is nothing people say, "Hey, don't talk about this one, don't talk about it." But the problems when it comes, one couple, they are just senior to me. When the problem was going on, both husband and wife came, and the husband was blaming, "She's very moody, she's not at all talking to me, she's not at all giving me proper food, she's getting up so late, and she became so lazy." But 10 years ago, she was not like that. He was going on complaining. She's a teacher, he's an engineer. And I said, "Engineers, you know how to put up the buildings. Okay? He is working in Anna University, now got retired. You know all those things. But you do not know. You know only the structure of the building, but you do not know the structure of your own wife. Okay? You must know. Please don't misunderstand that. All these years you led a very, very happy life. I know them for the last 35 years, so very close to them. This what is happening to you, you are not able to understand. Please, at this time they need very much of emotional support and consoling way you give with them. Then now both of them are after 60. Once again they are like young couple. They are going around and enjoying, and they say, "Thank you, Father, you came." I call him Anaya. Right time you said the right things to us. Otherwise we will be having a third world war repeated in our family. Okay. So this is the problem we face in the society. Because of that, the sexual behavior can change among men. There are also other types of disease where people anxious to have sexual act. Okay. Now, the other two aspects, lesbianism is possible, especially youngsters when they are living together. It is there. The same way among men could be also is there. And the fifth category is some men are bisexual. Some men are bisexual. That they get married and they give bigger children and they do all kinds of normal life. At one moment when the wives are not cooperating, collaborating, when they have problem during sickness and so on, they look for somebody else and also going to brothels and so on, it is a part of here. Apart from that, they also try to have homosexuality. These behaviors are very much prevalent in the society. Okay? But in modern times, something called a new way of life is coming up. Thank God it does not come to India. About 6 countries they allow same-sex marriage. Okay. Now I am not speaking about homosexuality or lesbianism. Beyond one has come. Normal life, but it is becoming very, very prevalent in India also, especially in major cities like who said living together? No problem. In Bangalore, if the young people go, we are husband and wife, please give us the rented house. They live happily. A few years ago in Hyderabad, when I was in Karimnagar, I got a shock of life. Okay. I know the youngsters very well. They were living together. Then one particular boy was all in love with that girl, living together in every level, everything they enjoyed. Okay. Only thing, the girl did not become pregnant. Okay. This is prevalent. And after 2 years or 3 years before 2017, both of them came running. Father, help us. What are you doing? We like each other, Father, but we have been living together, Father, but we don't want to get married, Father. Naina, ekkada unnare? Na daggara vachi, we have been living together, Father. At what level? Every level, Father. Then why get married? No, Father, we don't want to get married. After a few months, the girl alone comes running to me. Father, that fellow ditched me, Father, please help me, Father. What happened? She finished the MBA, she was working in a company, they were living together in a particular house, and Manastalipuram, and that fellow was going to the other side of the city for the work, and sometimes he says, I am having overnight work. What happened? There he got entangled with another girl and got a child also. And the mother of that girl was very furious. One day she came to the office. Inka Telugulo dictionarylo padalu untayi ani aame language lo vachi then the fellow was forced to marry the girl, the second one, where he is the father of the child. Now I called him afterwards. ఆయన చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి నేను చూశాను, చాలా మంచివాడు అనుకున్నాను. బట్ హీ వాజ్ ఇన్ జనరల్ వెరీ వెరీ హెల్ప్ఫుల్ బాయ్. ఫాదర్ సారీ ఫాదర్, సారీ ఫాదర్, వాట్ కెన్ ఐ డూ విత్ ఏ సారీ? But whereas you have cheated one this side, whereas this girl was weeping and moaning and she has gone to some kind of psychological problems. Anytime you talk to her, no Father, I want that fellow only, Father. Let her going. Hey, that fellow has become a husband of somebody else, he has become a father, how can he become this one? No Father. I can't sleep, Father. I can't do anything, Father, without you. Hereafter, we have to do everything without you. So after counseling, you don't worry, nothing has happened to you, that you have not become pregnant and he has not become a father. And you take it well, you have to live, you have got a life, you are only 26, 27 years old. That will also same age only. So you don't worry, because she's an orphan. She's an orphan, no father, mother. The background is a different other story. Then Sarma later he don't really try to send that. Slowly it took almost 6 months to 1 year to counsel her, and I have to take her to another psychologist. Slowly she has come and made her to become self-sufficient, self-reliant, and she got a job. Now she got married to somebody else. Now she got 2 children away from Hyderabad, now leading a normal life. So, all these things can happen in the society. Okay? Here, when we give Pocso Act program, awareness program, it's not that the teachers are bad, so we are doing. It's not at all that. This is to become aware of the tendencies that are available in the society and in the schools and colleges up to intermediate. We have to be very, very careful in order to guide them. Okay? Okay? So, the problems of sexual behavior is numerous in the society. Numerous in the society. But the society is having any number of sins or any number of problems, but people do not bother. Why? Why? Why people do not bother?
Because it is not for them.
It is
not for them. It is not from their point of view. It doesn't affect them. So
can you speak anything about
Yes.
psychosis? They have developed a psychosis. అక్కడ జరిగిందా? జరిగింది. మీరు దారిలో వస్తున్నారు, ఒక చిన్న యాక్సిడెంట్ జరిగింది, అశోక్ బాబు అనిపోయావా ఏమో అని వెంటనే పోయి ఏం చేయడం, ఎవరికో యాక్సిడెంట్ జరిగిందంట. Take it easy policy has come, number 1. And also the market economy has entered in the spiritual life of all the people also. Use and throw. Okay. The other thing is, you would have done in psychology, ego, super-ego. Isn't it?
Yes.
What is that it? It, ego, super-ego. Huh? It will not follow any models. Okay, I want to ask a question. Who will answer genuine, honest answer? Anyone? I will ask a simple question. Very, very simple question. Not with regard to sex or Pocso. Some ordinary question related to ordinary. Father, will have right. Not at all right. Simple. As for example. Anyone? Okay, men are stronger. Sorry, you ask me. Shall I ask you? Thank you, sir. Do you like apples? Yes. It is simple question. You are not frightened, no? Very good, sir. See, I am so simple, I ask only simple question. But the people, when I say I am going to ask a question, and somebody volunteers, అందరి ముందు నేను ఏం చెప్తానో ఇది ఏం చెప్తాడో తర్వాత అందరూ My intention is not at all humiliating, just to get some information. Thank you, sir. You like apples?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, what's your name, sir?
Das. Das.
Das. Okay. Das already. మీరు ఎన్ని యాపిల్స్ తినగలుగుతారు?
But 2 or 3.
Huh?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. ఓకే. సపోజ్ నేను మీకు 5 యాపిల్స్ ఇచ్చాననుకోండి. సార్, ఐ లైక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. యూ లుక్ లైక్ ఎన్ యాపిల్ టు హ్యావ్ ఎన్ యాపిల్. ఇచ్చాననుకోండి. మీ ఇంట్లో 5 ఉన్నారు. నేనేమో 5 యాపిల్స్ ఇచ్చాను. మీరు ఏం చెప్తారు?
I will give to all. I will give to all my family. I take the total 5 apples. First of all, I will give that one to my wife.
Why, sir? అంటే she's the apple of my eye. ఓకే, మీరు ఒక్కొక్కరికి ఒక్కొక్క యాపిల్ ఇచ్చేస్తారు, అవునా? నాకు నిజం చెప్పండి, మీ ఇంటికి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు మీ ఇంట్లో 5 లేరు, మీరు మాత్రమే ఉన్నారు, కానీ యాపిల్ మాత్రం చేతిలో మీరు ఎన్ని తింటారు?
ఒకటే దగ్గర.
మీరు నిజం చెప్పండి.
Yeah, really one only. One.
One you see, you also must speak logically. First నేను ఏమడిగాను? దాని ముందు ఏమడిగాను? ఆయన ఒప్పుకున్నారు, కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్ ఏమడిగాను? ఏం చెప్పారు? 2 or 3. అంతవరకు నేను మెచ్చుకుంటున్నాను. తర్వాత నేను ఆయనకు కావాల్సిన 3 యాపిల్స్, కానీ నేనేం చెప్పాను? 5 యాపిల్స్ ఇస్తానంటే వెంటనే ఆయన ఏం చెప్తున్నాడు? 5 యాపిల్స్ తీసుకెళ్ళి అది కూడా బాగానే ఉంది. ఓకే, దట్ మీన్స్ హీ లవ్స్ హిస్ వైఫ్ అండ్ చిల్డ్రన్ అని అర్థం. కానీ మీరు ఎన్ని తీసుకుంటారంటే ఒక్కటే తీసుకుంటారు.
బికాస్ మరి వాడు ఇవ్వాలి కదా, షేర్ చేసుకోవాలి ఫ్యామిలీతో.
I don't deny you are a good man, you will share, no problem. I am asking about your desire.
Yeah, of course, I desire 2 or 3, but as the not the sacrifice, the responsibility, as a responsible father, so I eat only one and I will.
ఎందుకు తెలుసా? ఈయనకి యాపిల్ తినే వీక్నెస్ ఉందని వాళ్ళు ఆవిడకి తెలుసు. ఓకే, ఈయన పిల్లలు అక్కడ ఉన్నా లేకపోయినా ఒక యాపిల్ ఎక్కువ తీసుకుని ఇంత వయసు వచ్చింది పిల్లలు ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళు చూసుకోకుండా 2వ యాపిల్ కూడా తింటున్నారు, నువ్వు ఎందుకు తింటే పిల్లలకి ఏం చేయాలని ఆవిడ పోలీసు లాగే
సార్ ఆ భయంతో.
When I interview people, especially in serious cases will come, I have a set of good lawyers. They ask questions, they'll go on writing. So the first thing they will be going on answering nicely. The same questions will be asking second time, then they lose the logic and they say something. The truth will come out. Okay, I am happy that you said like that. So, as Madam said, you only said it has a pleasure principle. It has got a pleasure principle. Whereas the other one will have policing, the other one will have moral responsibility because of it, ego and super ego. చీకట్లో మీరు నడుస్తారు కదా, మీరందరూ ఒకప్పుడు చిన్నపిల్లలు ఉండేవాళ్ళే. చీకటి గురించి చెప్పండి. దయ్యం చెప్పారు. ఒక అమ్మాయి వెళ్ళి అయ్యో చీకటిగా ఉంది, దయ్యం ఉంటుంది, నేను వెళ్ళలేను అన్నాడు. అమ్మ నువ్వే దయ్యం, అయిపోతాయి పోయిరా ఉంటే చెప్పయిరా చెప్పారు. అంటే the thing is not that in every darkness there will be a devil, but there may be snakes or scorpions in the darkness you won't be able to see. That may harm. To avoid that one, ఇప్పుడు అమ్మాయి కోపాకు చీకట్లో అక్కడ పాము ఉంటుంది అంటే ఒప్పుకుంటారా? కాదు. డెవిల్ అంటే ఎప్పుడు చూడలేదు, అది ఎలా ఉంటుందో తెలియదు కాబట్టి డెవిల్ ఉంటుంది కోపాకనగానే జాగ్రత్తగా ఉంటుంది. అలాగే ఇట్ ఈగో సూపర్ ఈగో. అందువల్ల మీరు 3 యాపిల్స్ తినండి, ఎవరు లేనప్పుడు. ఉన్నప్పుడు మాత్రం ఒక యాపిల్ తినండి. ఓకే, సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద టేకింగ్ ప్లేస్? దర్ ఈస్ అ difference between desire and moral principle. Okay, anything that you eat more, anything that eat more, what will happen? Suppose master మీ పేరేంటండి? దాస్ గారు నేను 5 యాపిల్ ఇవ్వగానే గబగబా అని 5 యాపిల్స్ తినేశారు అనుకోండి, ఏమవుతారు? కడుపు ఉబ్బరం వస్తుంది. ఓకే, ఆ తర్వాత సార్ జీవితంలో క్రికెట్ ఆడారో లేదో నాకు తెలియదు, కానీ ఈ యాపిల్ మాత్రం తింటే క్రికెటే క్రికెట్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపన్ in our human life also. When anything that we do extra, when you give yourself the principles of pleasure, then you lose the balance of your human life. Whether it is eating an apple, whether it is relating to any women, whether relating to any children, this will become a problem in the society. Yes. It's a simple narration. But you tell me, let us go into economics a little bit. When you take first apple class, sir, మీరు ధైర్యంగా మాట్లాడారు కాబట్టి I am trying to use it, but don't think that I When you took the first apple, what was your feeling?
Very satisfied, happy, very tasty.
Very good. Second apple?
A little bit comes down that tastiness or happiness, satisfaction.
Third apple?
Nothing. Very different.
3 apple ke nothing అని చెప్పారు. ఇంకా 2 apple
Fourth apple, zero satisfaction. Fifth apple.
ఈ యాపిల్ చాలా సవరుగా ఉంది. So there is a dissatisfaction. So what happens? The satisfaction level slowly coming down. It is called diminishing marginal utility. Diminishing marginal utility. That means ఏదైనా మనం ఎక్కువ చేస్తే అది. But with regard to sexual life, it is not like that. If people are weakness, it will only time and again increase if their health permits. Okay? So, we need to be very careful. We must have certain rules, regulations and moral life in our society. That's why so many rules are there. So many rules are there. Why all these rules and regulations?
Not to exceed our limits. To live a happy life. To live a happy life. Without any hurdles or obstacles. Leading a happy life. To lead a happy life.
To lead a happy life. Sometimes science. Yes. You speak louder. Okay. I think that I am louder enough. Okay? So when you speak, we are all here equals. Need not worry about anything. Father. Then I have to shake my ears and I have to use earphones after. Don't make me do that. You speak boldly, gently, so that others understand. Even if you say a wrong answer, I will not say, instead of you do not know. What you do, that I will not do. Okay? Yes, somebody said some nice.
Not to exceed the limits.
Very good. Not to exceed the limit, as well as have a very balanced life and have happy life. Okay? That's why we have got so many rules and regulations. And also not to have any chaotic condition. Okay, in this way, as there are children being with us, we need to be very careful with them in dealing with them. నేను ఈ హోల్ పోక్సో యాక్ట్ని ఒక 4 సెంటెన్స్లో చెప్పేస్తాను తెలుగులో. ముట్టుకోపాకండి, పట్టుకోపాకండి, తట్టుకోలేరు. ముట్టుకోపాకండి, ముట్టుకోపాకండి, పట్టుకోపాకండి, తట్టుకోలేరండి. ఇళ్ళపాకండి, గీకపాకండి, తట్టుకోలేరండి. రాసుకోపాకండి, పూసుకోపాకండి. పోక్సో యాక్ట్ని తట్టుకోలేరండి. మరి ముఖ్యంగా అబ్బాయిలండి. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు ఉన్నటువంటిగా అలా ఉంది. అంటే సింపుల్ టర్మ్స్ లో డోంట్ టచ్. అదే పట్టుకోపాకండి, ముట్టుకోపాకండి, ఈకపాకండి, ఓకపాకండి, రాసుకోపాకండి, చూసుకోపాకండి, తట్టుకోలేదు. వెరీ వెరీ సింపుల్, అంతే. ఇంకా భారతదేశంలో ఇట్స్ నాట్ బికమ్ సో హార్డ్, బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ స్లోలీ కమింగ్ అప్. Last 1st of November I was in the airport to go to this one correspondent. Father, it has happened, Father. What to do? We do not know, Father. The police came and they are taking that man, Father. Don't worry, my dear. Just type a suspension order. You are suspended from the school. There will be a committee will be appointed. Afterwards, we will take legal action. Please give this notice to me. I go back and come back after 2 days from Delhi. I will tell you. By the time police took him to the police station, the letter followed. The first question the police CI asked, "What have you done?" Immediately this correspondent, "We have served the notice, suspension order." Then the only thing, "Father, please call and tell them not to publish in the paper or school name will go. Don't worry, man, I am just getting inside the flight. Once I get out, I will call that man, I will tell you, don't worry, but he will do this." Yes, Father. Then after reaching, I sent the message to CA, please see to that nothing comes out in the paper. They have taken the action. They have not taken the action, he must speak. There is nothing. That fellow went and just one girl child, he just took her by hand, whether he tried to put her close to his chest and so on, we do not know exactly what has happened. But the parents became so furious, and it was around 12:30, so it just happened. So anything can be misinterpreted, even if your fatherly affection or brotherly affection, if you are touching, things can go wrong and the children can interpret anyway. Okay, now let us go to the act proper. I think I said I will manage for 1 hour, 55 minutes I will manage. Now we will go. Any question you want to ask? Feel free. We are all adults here. You feel free. No questions? I am sure among yourselves you will have 100 doubts and some questions. When it is public means when I ask this question, what means? Let me know. Doubt unna? Sir, I am photo here pocket. Not I am afraid. When you take photo, there won't be color photo, there will be black and white. Okay. You tell me when this Pocso Act came into existence.
2000. November 14.
2000? You under right answer chlte oka chocolate odita. Wrong answer means chlte nee chocolate not. Okay. I think somebody said 2012. That's correct. But it is being improvised. Still they are going to improvise it. Okay. So, till 2012, the existing laws of IPC Act 2020 and JJ Act 2020 were not enough to address the sexual offences committed in the schools and colleges. So, ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేశారు ఇంతవరకు ఉన్నటువంటి లాస్ అన్నీ కూడా దాన్ని సరిగా డీల్ చేయలేదు కాబట్టి 2012లో పోక్సో యాక్ట్ అని టు టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ వల్నరబుల్ చిల్డ్రన్ who can fall prey to the gimmicks of some elderly people. So till 2012, there was no specific legislation governing in India the child abuses. అర్థమైందా? మాస్టర్ కొట్టారని తిట్టారని ముట్టుకున్నారని దిక్కారని ఏం లేదు. కానీ ఇప్పుడు అలా కాదు. They seeing the number of cases being increasing, so they developed this law, increasing incidents of sexual offences against children. They brought this. No specific provisions or laws for dealing with sexual abuse of male children. No law abuse of male children. Especially abuse of girl children only, they are dealing with it. But there are also instances that women misusing the boys are also, that's an element is there. IPC recognized limited forms of sexual violence against children. So they recognize limited form of sexual violence towards children. But in abroad, even abusing the boys, people have to pay very, very heavy price and the punishment is very high. Actual act concern, then we go for the measures that to be taken for our behavior and the behavior of the children. Okay? This is more important than Bangalore. On complaint of her mother, police registered a case against an unknown accused in a local station by section 376 IPC of the Pocso Act. Now, people have become aware of the abuse, so now people are not frightened not to go to police station. Now they only go to the police station and make a complaint, and people are becoming more and more aware, and the society at large is going to face various problems. One is the child will have some type of psychological trauma, suffering, but the police arranges in such a way not to reveal the name of the child and so on, but the counseling is given and it is taken care of. Then in 2017, a 6-year-old was sexually abused by her own father. Was killed by her grandmother in a bit of cover the crime at Nasik, Maharashtra. On complaint of the victim's mother, the father was arrested under IPC 376 Pocso Act, when the grandmother was put under charges of murder. So 302 or 306 or 304, in any one of the IPC sections, if you happen to be the cause of death, the abatement for the cause, then people will be arrested. Then in Sikar, Rajasthan, 4 groups have been booked by police under section 376, 363, 365 of IPC of Pocso Act for circulating an obscene video of teenage girl after allegedly abducting her and raping her. It is not only doing the act, but more than the act, publicizing the act and demoralizing the person and humiliating the person becomes also a very big offense, and they are being put. Section, these are all very, very, as I said, like a joke, as I said. What are the things that will make a cause for Pocso Act to be taken into seriously? Section 509, word, gesture, or act intended to insult the modesty of women. We have been very, very careful. A word, when we use words, we have to be extremely careful. తెలుగులో మీరు ఎవరైనా ఆడపిల్లని చూసి నువ్వేంటి పంటలా ఉన్నావు, ఏదో నోరు జారి అంటారు. ఓకే, అలాంటి పదాలు వాడపకండి. It can affect the child. When I was a principal in a school, hardly 2 years only I was a principal in a school. Afterwards they removed me and I did something. I was promoted for the college. So I was telling one particular girl, all the time her hair will be up. అమ్మాయి రేపు నుంచి తలకు నూనె రాసుకురామా ఇంకా చాలా అందంగా ఉంటావని చెప్పాను. ఆ అమ్మాయి నేను పట్టించుకోలేదనుకుంటున్నాను. ఓకే, ఒకరోజు బాగా లాభంగా ఉంటుంది. ఇదిగో రేపు మట్టికి నువ్వు సరిగా హోమ్ చెప్పులో వచ్చావనుకో, అబ్బాయి చేత డబ్బులు వసూలు చేసి నీకు కోకోనట్ బాటిల్ ఒక 5 లీటర్లు కొనిస్తానన్నా. ఓకే, ఆ పాప నూనె రాసుకుంది. నెక్స్ట్ డే కేమ్ టు ద స్కూల్. ఫాదర్, నాకు చిన్న ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది, నేను ఎంత కోపం చేసినా అట్లాగే కలిగిస్తుంది ఫాదర్, అని ఏం చేయమంటారు? సరేమ్మా, కొద్ది ఆమోదం రాసుకో, లేకపోతే కొన్నాళ్ళకి అది ఇదే వరకు చేసుకో. నేను ఎన్నిసార్లు చెప్పాను, అప్పుడంతా చెప్పలేదు. ఇప్పుడు అబ్బాయికి డబ్బులు ఇస్తారు, నూనె కొనిస్తాను అంటే చెప్తున్నావు, వేరే మంచి సరే నాకేదో తెలియక చెప్పాను తల్లి, కాదు ఫాదర్ నేను మంచిగానే చెప్పారు, ఏం చెప్పలేదు కానీ ఇది నా సమస్య ఫాదర్ అని అంత మెచ్యూర్ ఆన్సర్. ఓకే, వేరే పిల్లలైతే ఏం చేస్తుంటారు, ఈ ఫాదర్కి బుద్ధి లేదు, ఎప్పుడు నా వెంట్రుకల గురించి కామెంట్ చేస్తారు, అది కూడా అబ్బాయి దగ్గర డబ్బులు వసూలు చేసి నూనె కొని ఇస్తున్నానని చెప్పేసి నన్ను అందరి ముందు ఇన్సల్ట్ చేసి అవమానించారని. అందువల్ల ఈవెన్ దో యువర్ ఇంటెన్షన్ మే బి గుడ్, బట్ ద రియాక్షన్ విల్ బి. So that's why when you talk to children, be careful and with the motherly fatherly concern. I would have learned a lesson from that instant. If I have to ask again somewhere, I'll call the person, "Ma, what happened? You are all the time standing up, you are applying oil, you see to that he can do something." Because when we see the assembly, some people are not tidy enough, we have a tendency to make the comment. Hereafter I will be very, very careful. So, what to do? You can do all the suggestions you can give privately. But when publicly say something, some will take it well, some will. And also, the personal relationship, the way you deal with children matters a lot. మా టీచర్గా చెప్పారని కొంతమంది తీసుకుంటారు, కొంతమంది ఇంటికి పోయి. When I was a student, before that one fellow came late to the college. Okay, Father Gordon, he was 10 years principal from 59 to 69 in the same college. The fellow coming late regularly, that father said, "Go and study well, otherwise you will dig your own graves. You will dig your own graves." వారికి ఏమి అర్థం కాలేదు, డిగ్ గ్రేవ్స్ మాత్రం అర్థమైంది. ఇంటికి వెళ్ళి ఈ ఫాదర్ గారు సమాధి తవ్వుకోమన్నాడు అని పోయి చెప్పేసి, వాళ్ళ నాన్న ఇంత పెద్ద మీసం పెట్టుకొని అక్కడి నుంచి లాయర్ కాలేజ్లో సమ్వేర్ బిఫోర్ 69 మా అబ్బాయిని మంచి కాలేజీ చదవడానికి పంపిస్తే పోయి సమాధి తవ్వుకోమంటావా, నీ అంత చూస్తాను, ఆ సమాధిలోనే నిన్ను పొందబెడతాను. He was being an Anglo-Indian. That father said, "I do not know Telugu, you ask other father." Then they said, "బాబు నిన్ను నువ్వు పాడు చేసుకోపాలని ఫాదర్ చెప్పారు, అది ఇంగ్లీష్లో అది ఒక సామెత, దానికి పోయి సమాధితో వేయాలని చెప్తే ఎట్లా నాన్న?" ఓకే, అందువల్ల మనం చెప్పేది సింపుల్గా ఉండాలి, ఇట్ మస్ట్ బి. ఇంకొక జోక్ చెప్తాను. మేము జూనియర్ ఎట్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు 83లో కరెక్షన్, కాంపోజిషన్ కరెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది కదా, ఒక ఫాదర్ రాయిస్ మాస్టర్, ఆయన కూడా ఇంగ్లీష్ ప్రొఫెసరే, హీ వాస్ ఆల్సో యాంగ్లర్. మధ్యాహ్నం ప్లేట్ కడిగేటప్పుడు ఒక బ్రదర్ వెళ్ళి, "ఫాదర్, ఐ వాంట్ టు కమ్ అండ్ సీ యూ అండ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు గివ్ మై కాంపోజిషన్" అన్నాడు. ఈయన ఏం చెప్పాడు, "ఐ హ్యావ్ అదర్ ఫిష్ టు ఫ్రై, డోంట్ కమ్ టు మై రూమ్" అన్నాడు. ఇప్పుడే ప్లేట్ కడుక్కుంటున్నాడు, మరి నేను తర్వాత వస్తానంటే "ఐ హ్యావ్ అదర్ ఫిష్ టు ఫ్రై, డోంట్ కమ్" అంటున్నాను. సరే అయిపోయింది. 4 o'clock టీకి వచ్చింది. ఇద్దరు వెళ్ళి, "ఫాదర్, ఐ హ్యావ్ అదర్ ఫిష్ టు ఫ్రై అన్నారు కదా, చేపలు చాలా తీయగా ఉందా, ఎలా ఉందని?" "You wretched fellow, learn some good English. I have some other work to do. That's what I told you. You are holding on to the fish. You may let the fish." Ancheta, what we want to communicate, let it be simple and concern filled. Concern filled. Ancheta, pillalki leave alone any sexual act. Simple words will irritate people. I can give 100 examples how we deal with children, how things will become worse. Okay. So word, the act intent to insult the modesty of man. Don't make any comments on any women. We do not know the women's moods. వాళ్ళు స్కూల్కి వచ్చేటప్పుడు 9 o'clock స్కూల్కి వస్తారు. వాళ్ళ ఇల్లు దగ్గరే ఉందనుకోండి, 8:55 వరకు వాళ్ళ ఇంట్లో ఏ వరల్డ్ వార్ జరిగిందో మనకు తెలియదు. వాళ్ళు ఆ మూడుతో వస్తూ ఉంటారు. మీరు వెళ్ళి గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ మేడం, టుడే సీమ్స్ టు హావ్ డ్రాంక్ 1 ounce of ఆమదం అని చెప్పబడ్డారు. ఏంటమ్మా మీరు చూడటానికి క్యాస్ట్ ఆయిల్ తాగి వచ్చినట్టు వస్తున్నాడు. నన్ను చూస్తే ఎలా ఉందా? నీ ముఖాన్ని నువ్వు చూసుకున్నావు అర్థంలో ఎప్పుడైనా? నువ్వు వచ్చి నన్ను చూసి నా ముఖంలో అందువల్ల ఎప్పుడు ఇమోషన్ ఇరప్ట్ అవుతుందో తెలియదు. అందువల్ల గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ అంటే గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ మాత్రమే చెప్పండి, దానికి ఎక్స్ట్రా ఏది యాడ్ చేయకండి. యు ఆర్ నాట్ ద షేక్స్పియర్, యు ఆర్ నాట్ ద మిల్టన్, యు ఆర్ నాట్ ది జాన్ కీట్స్ టు యాడ్ మసాలా అండ్ ప్రెసెంట్ ఇట్ బ్యూటిఫుల్లీ టు ద దెన్ దే విల్ గెట్ వైల్డ్. అందువల్ల విమెన్ని ఎలా చూడాలంటే గులాబీ పువ్వు ఏం లేదు, గులాబీ పువ్వుని ఎలా చూస్తామో అలా చూడండి. అర్థమైందా? ముట్టుకుంటే ఆ పెడల్స్ రాలిపోతాయి, ఇంకా పట్టుకుంటే ముందు పుచ్చుకుంటాడు. అందువల్ల చాలా జాగ్రత్త. హ్యాండిల్ విత్ కేర్, హ్యాండిల్ విత్ కేర్. Girl children or women children. So you must be very, very careful. Section 354, assault or criminal force to outrage modesty of women. So with regard to women, there is no question of saying anything outrageous to them. And section 375 speaks about the rape. It's an extreme thing. Okay, adult people don't do. Now in modern times, more and more youngsters are involved. Very rarely psychologically sick people go and do those kind of things. Okay. Then section 377, unnatural offences. People try to do unnatural things which is not acceptable even if you are married woman. Okay, so what is Pocso Act of 2012? Protection of children from sexual offences. Okay, so not exactly performing the sexual act, even whatever is giving inferences, indications to the sexual thing, all those things will be dealt in this. The Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act came into force with effect 14th November 2012, exactly 12 years ago. Okay? Pocso Act defines a child as person below the age of 18 years and provides protection to all children under the age of 18 years from sexual abuse. See, this is a very, very sensitive and very human aspect of our life. Please take it well. Sex is an attraction, especially among the youth when they are teenagers, let us say until the age of 21 or 25. Whether boy or girl, there is natural attraction is there. If both of them are the same age or 2 years difference, there is no problem after the age of 18 for girls. But boys, it's all right. They are not intended. But the marriageable age is 21 and 18. So it is acceptable for the marriage they can have. But the thing is, we have to protect them till the age of 18. No father and mother, at least in India, they wouldn't like their girl children to have this kind of false relationship with others. It also intends to protect the child through all stages of judicial process and gives a paramount importance to the principle of best interest of the child. So, whether the abuse takes place or not, but after the event, the police, the government, the protection force, they give importance in taking care of the child. The name of the child, the identity will not be revealed outside. All kinds of psychological support has to be given to the child until the case gets over. According to forensic study on sexual abuse under Act, out of the 100 CSA cases studied, 43% were male child and 57% were female children. So this study shows, you may think only girls get affected, but boys also get affected, and much worse in Europe that children of both kinds are being abused. The majority of the victims in sexual assault cases, both males and females, were much more likely to be victimized by someone they know. Very rarely strangers come, outsiders come, but when people have access known to them, such people do. The percentage is 73% and 71% respectively, versus a stranger is only 27% to 29%. Minimum age of victim was 2 years, maximum age of female is 17 years. So, you have to be extremely careful in dealing with children, and you must become aware of the feelings of the children. If somebody is retaliating, even in your ordinary conversation with a boy or girl, it is better you find out and don't entertain such people. Immediately call the parents and inform, call the principal and inform, and there will be one protection officer who has to take care of the children, because it could be psychologically they may be upset with certain things that you say. That way you take care of them. So, penetrated by a stranger is 76%, in individual cases sexual assault perpetrated by unsilenced 24%. 40% cases where the victim was assaulted by a known sailor, where 28% offenders are unknown people. This is very, very important. Definition of child abuse is comprehensive and encompasses the following: penetrative sexual assault, aggravated penetrative sexual assault. One is trying to convince the other child and doing. The other one is by force. The third one is sexual assault. The fourth one is aggravated sexual assault. And the fifth one is sexual harassment. నువ్వు నాకు ఒప్పుకోకపోతే నేను ఫెయిల్ చేస్తాను, నువ్వు ఒప్పుకోకపోతే నీ బ్యాడ్గా నీ గురించి అందరికి చెప్తాను. And using the child for pornographic purpose, taking the photos of the new pictures and trying to then trafficking of children for sexual purposes. This is very, very dangerous. What happens? I am in the class, I have told you. Okay? I'll give some example. Just a 14-year-old girl got married, living with her husband. This happened in 94. So the mother of that girl was a very, very bad woman, and she wants to sell that girl in the Pune market first rate. So she summoned, the girl was so charming, beautiful. Summoned with the help of the Good Shepherd's sisters at that time from Mangalagiri. I called the parents, I threatened them, and dissuaded the parents and sent the girl to the in-laws house. And the moment she became pregnant, this mother, the bad woman, she took the child forcefully and kept her in Punu, and she made a baron with the people in Pune to send her there. So with the police force, with the help of her uncle, I could discover the child and brought back. And I told the mother, you have nothing to do with this child. If once again you do, I was rather forced at the time, I was quite young. I'll put you behind the bar, I said. With that, problem stopped. Afterwards, she got the child. Then they are living together, they're okay. But in between, there is a joke. The husband was a young fellow. He must have been around 20 or 22 years old. He will come to the house because the girl was missing now. You only promised and you only made the arrangements. You sent the girl to me. We were having good relationship. Both of them are good. Father, మీరు చెప్పారని తీసుకెళ్ళాను. ఇప్పుడు మా ఆవిడ కనిపించట్లేదు, మీరే తీసుకొచ్చి ఇవ్వాలి. That fellow was selling plantains. So every day evening he will come after selling everything. Father, నా భార్య నాకు ఇచ్చేసింది, ఎక్కడ ఉందో చెప్పండి ఫాదర్, నేను పోయి తెచ్చుకుంటాను. పాపం ఫాదర్, మళ్ళీ నెగ్గోది ఫాదర్. మా ఫాదర్స్ కమ్యూనిటీలో ఐ వాస్ ప్యారిస్ ప్రీస్ట్ అట్ దట్ టైమ్ అండ్ ఐ వాస్ టీచింగ్. ఫాదర్ కులందరాజ్, Sagayaraj, please tell us the truth. The sisters of the Pocso, they only tell I was only present and arranging nothing else. Then within 2-3 days we discovered and we settled everything, all those things are over. And she was admitted in Mangalagiri hospital as she was about to give birth. The girl's father's mother, grandmother, came. And I took one of our novices. I was assistant novice master to the same hospital, and fellow broke his stand. The novice was admitted on the other side. This girl was the other side. And the grandmother came running to see me and fell at my feet and touched my feet and kissed. Swami, anta mee vallane jarigindi sir. So our fathers used to fool me thoroughly. అన్ని అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఓన్లీ సెట్ ద ట్రూత్, అంత మీ వల్లనే జరిగింది. So like that things will happen, but we have to be very, very careful in dealing with them, in saving. Even today, if I go to that particular village, the whole family will come with folded hands. They will say, "Father, you gave the life to my child." Okay. So there will be problems in the families that some women will think differently, some fathers will think differently, and husbands also will think differently. In my 32 years of priesthood, I have counseled various kinds of problems among the children as well as in the family people. So that way, whenever I say the things, it becomes a joke for me now. But those days to deal with them very strictly and firmly, we need an extraordinary courage. Small child, and lollipop kavali, and అయితే ఆ లాలీపాప్ ఇస్తేనే కొంతమంది పిల్లలు అలాగే మన కంప్యూటర్ దిస్ వన్ ఆ పర్టికులర్ సిస్టమ్ ఉంటేనే ప్రాపర్గా చేసి ఐ ఫేస్ దిస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఇన్ మెనీ ప్లేసెస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్. Offences are treated as aggravated when the abused child is mentally ill, when the abuse is committed by a person in a position of trust or authority, service the child. Okay, the Act describes stringent punishment graded as to the gravity of the offence with a maximum of rigorous imprisonment for life and fine. Last year, the offence took place. A 17-year-old girl and unknowingly uneducated mother took the child to abort it in the government hospital, and they immediately took the child and arrested the person involved, even though he has accepted that he is the offender, but he was put behind the bar. So I was requested to help them. Some other after 3-4 months, that man was there behind the bar along with our presence in the same jail. Okay, only the wing was a different wing. Now the case is going on, even though the girl has completed 18 years and the government people themselves aborted, but the case is still going on. But if the verdict comes, it will be about 10 years, 20 years or life imprisonment. Whereas, depending upon the grievousness of the case and act. And in our district court, we are Sagayaraj hospital opposite, the courts are there. A lady judge is there. She is very, very stringent. She sees that any man involved, according to 374 or 376, she gives punishment either 20 years or life imprisonment. So just imagine if somebody is caught by this very act of doing, leave alone the punishment going to the police station and being in the jail, what an amount of your image will be spoiled. One moment of weakness becomes a tragedy in your life. But when I listen to the confessions of such people being ill-treated in the jail, he said, Father, in my life hereafter I will never do such things in my life, Father. The way they treat at the police station, in the jail, Abba, it is unbearable. It was for me last year to be with that person to console him. Anyhow, you have done the mistake, accepted the mistake, you try to fight it out, and you will do, and he is willing to marry, and he got married also now. But in spite of all those things, that trauma the person goes through, I am saying the human side, how we need to deal with them also. It's really very, very this one I don't want to deal with it because this is various punishments. Okay, if you want, I will give it to sister. You can take a printout and you can keep it. That is the life imprisonment, 5 years, 7 years, 3 years, depending upon the various sections and various kinds of activity. This act incorporates child-friendly procedures. Very important. Why I am saying I am not come here to frighten. If you do this, you will get so many years of punishment. That's not our intention. Our intention is how well that we can take care of the children. That's very, very important. Okay? You see here. From procedures for reporting, recording of evidence, investigation and trial of offences. These include recording the statement of the child at the residence of the child or the place of his choice, preferably by a woman police officer not below the rank of sub-inspector. So, men police cannot interrogate the image. No child to be detained in the police station the night for any reason is very important for you. Even women cannot be kept in the police station. So, when people come to approach you for help, as teachers to take care of the children, you must know all these things. Police officer not to be in uniform while recording the statement of the child. Children came on to me, police police అని చెప్పగానే పిల్లలు భయపడతారు. ఏ కూర్చోడు వచ్చాడు అంటారు. నువ్వు ఏదైనా ఎక్కువ అలర్ట్ చేస్తే పోలీస్ చెప్తానంటారు. లేకపోతే ఇంకొక ఆయన అది పేరేంటి రాత్రిలో గొడవలు కోటింగ్ చేస్తాను. అందువల్ల పోలీస్ ఇస్ కంపేర్డ్ టు సో మెనీ పీపుల్ ఫైట్ ఇన్ ద చిల్డ్రన్. The statement of the child to be recorded as spoken by the child. ఫ్రీగా అమ్మ నీకు ఏం జరిగిందో చెప్పు, మీకు మేము అండగా ఉంటాము, మీరు భయపడకుండా మాట్లాడవచ్చని చెప్పాలి. ఓకే. Assistance of the special educator or any person familiar with the manner of communication of the child in case the child is disabled. So, sometimes the disabled children, the mentally retarded children, and the deaf and dumb children become the victims. Year before last year, in Vijayawada, government run home for the mentally retarded children. They call it MR child. So, not one child, a few children were abused by the authorities. Then around the night, 2 o'clock, they called me. They have to put somewhere in some other school. So they approached 2 schools at night, jumping over the wall and going and asking. I simply said to deny the permission. Come with a letter that you want to put this one, you get a letter from the collector, get a letter from the DO, then only we do admission, all the treatment should be made. Okay. Then next day they came, after following day they came, okay, we have taken, we have read to them. We have to be extremely careful because when these children are being abused, at least in one case, one of those children, since they are used to it, they try to run away from their new home. Then the problem comes. So, maybe 3 months ago, one of the victims of those children ran away from home. 11:15, I got a call, Father, this has happened. I said immediately make a complaint to the police, and this particular child is missing. And within 1 hour's time, they found the child near the town. So they immediately got the child, and they settled it and gave more comfort and care and love and affection to the child, taken care of. Okay. Assisted is of special educator. Then frequent breaks of the child in trial. When you are interrogating, you make such a atmosphere for the child. Don't continuously ask questions and embarrass the child. Okay? Nicely talk to the child. I am with you, we are with you, we are here to help you. You think of your father and mother, we are with you. Take your own time, no force. So you ask first question, the person answers, very good, thank you, it will be helpful. nice way he said second question and third question. If the child is little tired and get frightened, don't worry. If you don't want to answer now, don't answer. Give some coffee, tea, majiga. Help the child to feel at home with you. Then proceed. So here the important thing is you have to take care of the child. That is very, very important. Some people know, I have to finish the report writing. Say, slow and steady. Okay. Medical examination of the child to be conducted in the presence of the parent of the child or any other person in whom the child has trust and confidence. That's very important. In case sister is asking, when shall we pray?
Yes, continue for that. Yes, continue for that.
11 minutes, right? Okay, so that 20 minutes we have, the afterwards till 1 o'clock we will. In case the victim is a child, the medical examination shall be conducted by a female doctor. Okay, these days doctors also. So many cases are there. The child not to be called repeatedly to testify. Police station lo jarugutadi, hospitals lo kuda multi test cheyalra, multi the statement iskovalra. In one case I went there 7 times. Okay, some other problem, not the sexual abuse, it's a death case. No aggressive questioning or character assassination of the child. Okay. No, bukopote ayana vastada. No, emi iskopote as it is without frightening the child. Special courts conduct trial in camera without revealing child identity. Child will not be shown, only the person is interrogating will be shown, and the compensation is paid for the medical treatment and rehabilitation of the child. So the government is taking care of so many measures to take care of the child. In a period of 30 days, and the accused person or the accused within 30 days. And also special court is to complete the trial within 1 year. It is not possible. It's going on. The offences under this act, the burden of proof is shifted on the accused, the person who commits, not on the child. Keeping in view the vulnerability and the innocence of the child. పిల్లలకి ఏమి తెలియదు, కానీ వాళ్ళని మిస్యూజ్ చేస్తుంటారు. అందువల్ల the burden is shifted to the offense who commits. To prevent misuse of law, the punishment has been provided for false complaints or false information with malicious intent. Some people, there are other cases, something happened in Andhra. They motivated the children to spoil the name of a particular teacher. 2 other teachers involved. At the end, when we interrogated the children separately, the truth came out. So it also asked us to say all these things. This can happen. The media has been barred from disclosing the identity of the child without the permission of the special court. మీడియా వాళ్ళు చాలా వరకు ఏం చెప్తారు, హాట్ న్యూస్ ఇవ్వడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉంటారు. వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చేటువంటి విషయం న్యాయం ఉందా నిజం ఉందా అని తెలియదు. కానీ ఈ కేసెస్లో మాత్రం there is no permission to reveal the identity of the child. The news itself should not be published. The punishment for breaching this provision by media maybe from 6 months to 1 year. So you can file a case against the media people if they give false news. The ACT case study on the state to spread awareness to the general public of the provision of this Act through media, television, radio, print at regular intervals. Okay? These are the steps to take care of the child after the problem has taken place. Collect evidence after thorough medical examination. It's very important. Treat the physical and genital injuries. Conduct age assessment of the victim. Some people to close the file, she's already 19 years old. Parents double istaru, appeared and paid istaru. Offer prophylaxis for sexual transmitted diseases during HIV. There could be problems, not only HIV, STD, sexually transmitted diseases. Discuss emergency contraceptives with the pubertal child and her parent. Do baseline evaluation of mental health issues of the child. Certainly children going through these kind of things, they will have psychological trauma, fear, and they wouldn't like to talk to men. All these things will take place. Monthly follow-up at least for 6 months to look for development of psychiatric disorders. Some children, after going through that one, they will not behave in a particular pattern. There will be behavioral change. There could be other disorders, suspicion, schizophrenic tendencies will be developed. Do family counseling. For the people at home, you must do counseling. Assist the court in interviewing the child and testifying in the court. I think we'll stop here. We'll come back at 11:15. Okay?